The Downstreamers, also known as the Old Ones after the collapse of their multiverse, are a hyper-posthuman civilization. Born in the primal universe, they are the first and oldest race in Manifold, and are in fact the creators of said manifolds and the descendants of humanity in a sense. Manifold Triology has a pretty beefy cosmology, so let's take a look at it first. Manifold is governed by a deeper source than physical laws, namely, mathematics and logic. Both are underlyings of reality on manifolds. Verse. It's here explicitly said that complexity itself did not originate or created from most fundamental of physical laws, but all is originating from even deeper and more primal source. That is mathematical logic that underlay all things. Mathematical concepts take the role of base, or probably archetype. Everything is based on them. Physical existences rely on them, but mathematical concepts don't rely on physical existences. But each mathematical archetype must be logically consistent internally, so that said mathematical concept can be materialized as real thing. Because illogical things cannot be brought into existence because of its very illogical nature, but other logical mathematical concepts, which covers any multiverse theory invented by man, like landscape multiverse, cyclic multiverse, two-dimensional multiverse, etc., or any concept with no contradiction can be covered by a manifold. A single manifold already contains all logically possible multiverses and outerverses, and that manifold is just one thread of collection of infinite manifolds, which have infinite hierarchies above them. Each hierarchy itself possibly have infinite recursions, and there are infinite amount of hierarchies even if you already transcended one hierarchy. A manifold might be one thread to great tapestry of manifolds, a literal drop in an ocean. That's how vast manifold of manifolds is. A subset within a manifold is infinite in itself. There are exotic universe above our understanding, which still is consistent with the fact that a manifold contains all logically possible worlds. Therefore, even if not imaginable for us, that exotic universe is still logical and possible. Each universe has a cosmic graph more known as phase space, a plane of possibilities containing every single possibility state a universe can take, which a possibility that can be materialized through Downstreamers interference. If we're allowed to use another concept of Stephen Baxter's works, then phase space bears striking similarity to infinite dimensional configuration space, in which each possibility is real thing that resides in higher dimension. In Downstreamers' mind can comprehend or know or simulate all possibilities within phase space inside their heads. In their heads, there's perfect simulation recreation of infinite dimensional multiverse. All universes' causality are separate with each other. A universe's flow of time is knitted through many quantum transactions. If you were to go back in time and try to change the past, you would damage the universe, erasing a whole series of consequential events. So the universe starts over, from the first point where the forbidden loop would have begun to exist. As the effects of your change propagate through space and time, the universe knits itself into a new form, transaction by transaction, handshake by handshake. The wounded universe heals itself with a new set of handshakes, working forward in time, until it is complete and self-consistent once more. The manifold is a mathematical superspace that contains all variants of mathematics that can possibly exist, and among those, it includes Swedenkaart-Analysis actual structures within it, and it even mentions hierarchies of infinities and set theory. A single manifold is established as a type 4 multiverse. There is an infinite hierarchy of said manifolds, in which a single one is just one thread in a greater tapestry, or a drop in an infinite ocean. The Downstreamers created the manifold multiverse. Goddess of manifolds is not taken into consideration, as statements regarding her existence are uncertain and are hypothetical. Therefore, without proper proof about her existence, she cannot be scaled. That's it for the cosmology of the verse. From what we have here, the major parts are the mentions of the hierarchies of manifolds, the infinite dimensional structures, explanation of type 4 multiverse, working structure of cardinals like wooden cardinal and set theories mentions. And as a single manifold is a type 4 multiverse and holds structures like wooden cardinal. And there are infinite hierarchies of manifolds in the verse. The verse with the entire manifold hierarchy can scale pretty high, possibly layers into boundless, but downstreamers themselves have not created the entire manifold multiverse. If Goddess of Manifolds is taken seriously, then she could possibly be scaled to layers into boundless, as she encompasses all of the infinite hierarchy of manifolds. But as downstreamers are said to have only created a single manifold, they can only be scaled up to high outer versal to at max baseline boundless, but the verse strictly runs on mathematical theories and structures, and doesn't have a logical upscaling statements which some authors use just to wank their characters to obscene levels. So the verse deserves respectus. It purely goes up via mathematical scaling and pure logic-based statements, which is way tougher than just meaninglessly stacking up hierarchies and dimensions just to make your verse strong. From what I know, the author is also a mathematician, so it is understandable why the author went for this approach for his story.